8 men are sitting around eating and trying not to be eaten. Okay, what do you think their first instrument would have been? First musical instrument. Yes, sir.
Flute or whistle?
Yes, sir. $200 because you've got to draw in. You've got to draw in the game or the animals. You don't want them to run away from you, right? So probably flute or whistle. I agree. I think that. And according to sort of cave paintings called pictographs and petroglyphs, right? According to them, where they show all kinds of ideas. I'll pass this around. One of the things we always see, we're constantly seeing, is this guy kind of bent over playing a flute. And the modern name that they give him is called Cocopelli, and you may have heard of him from New Mexico. And so one of the things that we feel that this guy was probably a trader. And bird calls, that's probably the beginning sound, okay? So we get... Around my house in Mississippi, there was a large pond. My granddaddy, after he threw all the hammers out, and I brought all the hammers back, and he had sent my grandmother off to buy more hammers so that he could fix something that would be unfixable after he fixed it, he would sometimes make me one of these and say, Steve, before I have to fix you with the hammer, oh, Granddaddy, don't fix me with the hammer. I want you to go down there and see if you can make the sound of those birds that come in the evening. And if you get good enough to fool them into thinking that you're a bird, they'll start landing close by. See if you can do it. That'll be your project. And I would go down there and they would all fly away. And so then I would have to practice some more. And you'd just hide out. And eventually, after the end of the summer, you might get good enough that sometimes you might be able to fool some of those birds into thinking that you were a bird, and they would come in. Can you think of any kind of hunters that use a particular today? What do we hear? We're not living in the country environment, so sound travels very differently, and we approach sound and we appreciate sound differently. Think about that, okay? These days we hear a lot of electronic sounds or artificial sounds all the time. Lots of you, maybe all of you, have a cell phone. Does your cell phone sound like the old-time telephone, right? When the old-time telephone, you know, ding, 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 right? Okay, real bell sound. Now you can program any sound that you want, right? That sound is sampled and it's sort of artificially produced. And we decide, we have agreed, oh, that is the sound of a phone, or that's the sound of a cow, or a chicken crowing, or my sister screaming, right? Sam, you ready to change? No, I'm not ready to change yet. Well, how you gonna let me know? Oh, you'll know. Mr. Sam would do this. He'd hit this note right here. And he's going to the 4, right? The 4 chord. And he'd be there for a while. And then he'd go back. And then he would go to his 5. And he'd walk back to his 4. And then back on that 1. Now he might be telling a story like this, you know. Anybody have a dog? Oh, you got a dog? What's your dog's name?
Wally.
Wally, all right. You got a dog?
Yeah.
What's your dog's name?
Maru.
Baru.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, we better, what's your dog's name? Butch. Butch, all right. Well, we better make up a little story about Wally, Baroo, and Butch, and what's your dog's name?
Kelly.
Kelly, good God. Kelly being there. Anybody else got a dog? What kind of dog? What kind of dog have you got?
Beagle.
Is that right? What's his name?
The name is different though.
Oh, name is different?
The name is Chappie.
Chappie. All right. Okay. So what do we have? We got Wally, Baroo, and Butch. Is that right? Same as his. All right. All right. So we got this thing. Now we're going to do this using what we call, right, the blues format. 1, 4, 5. Right. So our 1 is whatever key this guitar is tuned to. And the next one's going to be a 4th of that and a 5th. Now, how are we going to do it? We're going to talk about our dogs. Now, what can we say about a dog? What's something we know about a dog? They smell. It's called You've Got to Move. You got to move. You got to move. Well, when the good Lord, when it calls on you, and nothing to do. Only thing you do, Lord, is move. You may, Lord, have all kinds of change. When the good Lord calls, you know it don't mean a thing. Well, the good Lord, you know it's true. You know, Lord ain't gonna tell you to move. He may take away your lovely mother, your father, sister, husband, wife, one or the other. But the good Lord, He's coming, don't you see? Oh, Lord, you gotta move. Okay? Well, bye-bye, bird. Well, bye-bye, bird. Bye-bye. Bye, bird. Bird, I'm gone. Well, bird, I'm gone. Well, bird, I'm... And so on. Right? There's a woman told my mother just before I was born, got a boy child coming, gonna be a silver gun, gonna make this pretty woman, make them jump and shout. I'm gonna tell you right now what it's all about. Now we're gonna go to the game. Well, I'm here. God knows I am. One of the 5. I'm the hoochie coochie man, baby. Oh, well, I knows I am. Now, what does this really mean? Well, if you've ever had a place that you didn't really want to go, right? Your dad said it, or your brother said it, your mother said it, Your girlfriend said it, your boyfriend said it, your best friend said it, your teacher said you got to go there, but you didn't want to go there. Did you just go right on in? No. You dragging your feet. Oh, Mr. Johnson, I don't want to go in there. Oh, right? You're dragging your feet. You've got one foot dragging behind the other, right? Well, how do you make that sound? How do you make that foot dragging sound? It's... Woke up this morning, people, feeling for my shoe on. No right turning now, I had them old walking blues. Yes, I woke up this morning, feeling for my shoes. You know, I knew right turning now, I had a bad case of old walking blues. All right. Now he's dragging along. Now he can't just talk to his audience about his own troubles. He's got to blame somebody. Isn't that what we do? It's not my fault. Dad, that F on my report card, that wasn't my fault. I think his pen slipped. He was trying to make an A, but, right? Basically, that's what happens. You start blaming somebody. So you're looking around. So the first thing he's going to do in his song is he's decided he's going to blame the woman who brought the man in who stole his shoes. But he remembers her being pretty good. Now, how's he going to describe the